everybody? Welcome to Street Fight Radio. How's it going? We are back on the stream. There has been a couple issues, but I promise we're working this time. We see you in the chat. Thanks for showing up. If you ever want to watch the show, we're live every Wednesday and Sunday night on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can come hang with the gang and talk to us while we do the show. I got some pretty good office memos and boss stories on the way for tonight. And we have a studio that's coming together. We're doing a major overhaul, so I know that merch orders have been a couple weeks behind. That stuff is in the mail. I am working on getting a video game set up so we can start streaming video games. We're going to have our Means TV set up very soon. I'm also working on a fundraiser for a mask and t-shirt combo that'll raise some money and get some local artists paid, and without us taking too much, just enough to get them shipped and delivered. So if you want more of what we do, you can always support the show, and even if you don't want extra content but you want to make sure that we can keep spreading this mess across the US, head over to patreon.com. Just $5 a month, get access to zines. We got the parenting zine coming out soon. We just watched an episode of the TV show Tough as Nails, which was really wild. We have bonus show with a heavy metal show coming out. So many wonderful things. Head over to patreon.com/streetfightradio to get a ton of extra material, whatever you want. We got you in every format: video, audio, and the written word. Also, if you're an artist, a creative, or a writer, and you want to get paid for your work, we need people to submit content for the zine. So if you head to streetfightradio.com, there is a link at the very top that says zine submission. streetfightradio.com, zine submission. Right now, we are trying to fill in, like, the parenting's done, metal is mostly done, war I think is getting there. Activism is our next one. After that, we're about a third of the way there. But if you want to write or make art regarding the activism and things that are going on over the summer, please do. Other topics include staying indoors in quarantine, alcohol, renting, landlords, predatory mortgages, homelessness, anything related to that, religion, anarchist history, self-care, and being an outsider. So if you have any ideas for those, pitch them. We'd love to hear them. And I think that is it. So, Brian, how's it going?
Great. So, Brett, I'm going to start the show off with a little update on my life. I made a terrible mistake. Terrible. As bad of a mistake as you could ever do.
Well, it's not surprising.
Last week, it's well documented my car got fucked up, and we have it all taken care of. Like, it's going to get paid for. It's getting fixed. I'm going to get it back. Everything's going to be good with the car. Okay? So in my panic about the car, I started thinking, I'm going to have to go get a new car maybe.
Got it.
Surfing the internet, surfing the information superhighway, and I am looking at car dealerships just to get an idea.
Okay, what's out there?
What's out there, man? And on one of them, they said they had magnificent deals. These deals are deals like you would never
hookups.
It really was like, these fucking deals are so good. We can't show you the price unless you give us your name, phone number, and email address.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
yeah, how are we gonna hound you to death without that information?
So I did it. I gave my name, my email address, and my telephone number, and they will not leave me the fuck alone. I mean, they are on it.
You know what? This is a kind of uncomfortable being on the phone. How about you come take a seat in a new Ford Focus with me, and we can talk about it in there.
Dude, at first, it was like 3 texts a day.
Wow. Texts?
Yeah, because I gave them my number, so they were texting me. But they call 3 times a day, too, on the fucking phone. And the text is so weird. And I just kept getting it until finally I said, hey, stop. I typed back, stop. I got this message like 4 times a day Hey, quick question, and maybe a quick fix too. What's kept you from buying a nicer, newer car? Customer service specialist Mike from Bob Automotive. And I'm like, God, good Lord. And it was happening so much. I was like, they gotta give up. They're gonna give up. You know, you're not getting any answers on the phone. You're not getting texts back. You're not getting anything. They'll eventually give up.
They'll come back.
Oh God, 4 days. We're on day 4 now, and I got rid of the text.
I was gonna say, this isn't a person doing this, you know, right?
On the phone too?
Yeah,
because I'm getting phone calls from people.
Right, those are just ringing and ringing and ringing, and then when you pick up, you'll be connected to probably a customer service person.
Because they're leaving messages on my phone
really?
too.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like I can get my visual voicemail out, and I can read you that. Because it is like, I thought after a few days, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 calls from them so far since Friday.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
they're gonna pick up the phone and be like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "Come on down here, get a car." They're gonna strong arm you into getting a car because it's a great deal.
Hi, Brian. This is Stephanie. If you could give us a call here at Bob Automotive, our number is... and it's just a different name every time. And so just as a cautionary tale to our listeners, don't give a car dealership your information.
Yeah, not unless you really need one.
It's the most desperate. It's more desperate than you would, honestly, more desperate than you'd want to look as a person, to tell you the truth. It's kind of like, cool it down, Charlie Brown.
What if you go to take out your trash one night and they're out there and they're like, "Mr. Quinby, I just want to talk to you. You know, you asked for our help, and we're here to help you get a new car."
I'm expecting it.
You're not really giving into it. You're not really giving into our help.
I'm expecting that.
Yeah.
You're joking? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they came to my fucking house now, dude, because it is a lot. And like, I've talked to a few people who are like, "Well, now's the best time to buy a car." Really?
Sure.
COVID apparently means good time to buy a car. I don't know how that stuff works.
That's what everybody says when there's a disaster. It's like, it's the best time to spend money.
Every time. Every single time something bad happens, I'm waiting for a hailstorm, really. That's when you buy a car.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
You get those sales like right away, and you're like, "Oh, dag, man, they're really taking money off."
Same car, just covered in dents. Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's a great deal.
I mean, I was looking into getting a new car, but I don't know how much my car cost. I think it was $15,000.
Okay.
I think. And there just aren't that many cars that cost that much.
They're
more.
Yeah, the new ones are up there these days.
Well, and you know what I
remember
want?
looking at new cars like, really?
You know what I want? Hybrid or an electric car.
Okay.
Because I'm driving a hybrid car right now. A friend of ours loaned us their Prius, and I'm like, this is okay. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, not as much get up and go as a real car.
Yeah.
But still, interesting car. I gotta tell you, I like the thing that tells you how much money you've saved on this drive.
Okay.
It just takes
That's a good
up
idea.
1 cent, 2 cents. You know what I mean?
I love that. I bet they would help you get one. A good deal on it.
Really?
I bet you could ask for their help on that.
Yeah,
But it's good people. You just need a people mover and someone to get groceries. If you want, you can always rent a truck if you need to move big stuff.
I mean, my Kia has no trunk space.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the most pathetic trunk space that's ever been on a family car.
Right.
But yeah, the car thing's been crazy, but I have been enjoying the Prius. Although, it's hard to tell when that thing started,
Really?
Yeah, you press a button and it doesn't make any noise. And then you just start driving. But yeah, I guess that's why people get the Tesla, right? Because it's got the get up and go. It'll fucking haul ass.
Has some torque.
This thing, it doesn't haul ass.
Right. It's like a Power Wheel.
Okay. Okay, it's taking a little bit here, but it's nice. I'm up to 65 finally. But now when somebody's driving too slow for me, when I'm stuck behind them, I'm like, damn. Coward.
Yeah.
I'm driving too slow over here. So that's a car update. So it's been...
Oh, yeah. It's also, sorry. Shout out Scrub League. Thank you for the donation in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
They send us $13.12 each week.
Thank you. That's great. Brett, you had some work stuff that you wanted to get to. Let's
several weeks.
Take a look at some of this stuff. I think that is the direction we'll take this right away. Take a look at some working stuff. I got a few things that I think are interesting. I'll get us started with the work stuff, Brett.
Yeah, and you can always send us streetfightradio@gmail.com or DM on Instagram or Twitter, StreetFightWCRS, Facebook.
DM me personally if you want, at Murder Brian. But Brett, we've taken victory laps numerous times on this show for wins, for big fucking wins for Street Fight. So I think we got to take a lap here. Walmart closed on Thanksgiving this year.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. They're closed on Thanksgiving this year.
We're going to finally go back to traditional America.
Yeah. So that got me thinking, though. What is Black Friday going to be like this year? Have you thought about that at all? Like, it's just this weird thing where, like, I think we're, like, not focusing on that time of the year yet because we want to believe.
Yeah.
That we're going to be able to just do what we do.
Christmas is going to be 36 people staying together in a little house and being all cozy.
Yeah.
It's not.
It probably...
Might not, yeah.
I mean,
it's
not looking good.
Yeah.
For right now.
Especially in Ohio.
Yeah. But it is interesting to think, like, I mean, a lot of the no-mask people... I think the no mask people overlap with the Black Friday doorbuster shop.
You're probably right about that.
Fairly certain about
that. The most Americans of the Americans.
Yeah. And I just wonder if
like... It's also a lot of broke people, though. And broke people are getting, like, decimated by COVID at a higher rate. I think the compliance on masks is a little better.
Yeah. I just wonder... Are the stores going to be, like, encouraged not to do Black Friday this year? Is that maybe it?
I mean, the online stuff is already happening. I mean, they do it the entire month before. You get constant emails. So I think that's just what it's going to be.
Not the same. We like to get our video of people fighting for a rice cooker.
Maybe they could come up with, I think if they borrowed something from, like, the Hype Beast or, like, the Nike, like, app, where, like, you have to sign up for a lottery to buy. They're going to have, 600 of these TVs available. That's all the stock they got, and you can get a lottery ticket. Like it's a pair of Dior Jordans or something.
Oh, my God. You just gave me a meltdown thinking about this. This is the thing I think. Maybe the world's not this bad yet. Okay? I'm just going to say this. They're going to charge admission to Black Friday.
You think so?
Sell tickets to Black Friday? You couldn't see them doing that.
Why would they?
Like Best Buy? Because there's a limited amount of people that are allowed to go to Black Friday.
You're right. Where they're only allowed to be 25% capacity.
Mm-hmm. They'll just totally take Black Friday away from the broke people that shop on Black Friday. Because me and Brett have always been proponents of Black Friday, and that, like, there are a lot of people that get it all done that fucking day. And they're done.
Yeah. And there's also people that, like, it would be irresponsible to spend $400 on a new TV, but, like, being able to spend $199 on that one day is worth it. Otherwise, you don't get it. You probably don't have a TV.
Yeah. It's just been something that's, like,
or, like, vacuum cleaners and all that stuff.
In my mind, like, you could see the states being like, there's no Black Friday this year. You know?
I mean, it'll just be online. But there has to be some sort of stakes to it. You're right. It needs to be a competition. It can't just be like shop online.
Nothing's worse than finding out something sold out online. I think that's like the worst feeling. And I'd rather go to the store, walk up and see that it's sold out than find out it's sold out online. When I go to Amazon and something I'm trying to buy is currently unavailable, I'm just like... fuck, that was worse for some reason than going.
I hate getting ads for stuff that's out of stock the most.
Me too. Yeah. So that was just a quick thing. They're also giving another raise to their another bonus. They've been handing $100 to $300 bonuses to their workers. They've done it twice so far, and they're going to do it a third time.
Okay.
And like, really,
it's better than like cake and better than cutting hours and shit.
really, what is interesting about this to me is like, what's going on? What is Walmart up to? Like, why are they? I mean, keep doing it, and the bonuses could be much higher, and they could treat their employees much better. But like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like they don't have to, But I guess like maybe it's because now this could be wrong because I haven't been in job market in a while, but like maybe it's because like a lot of their employees could probably go to Amazon and get a job that makes a little bit more than Walmart. And they're just trying to hold on to people.
That's true. And also, they're a huge employer, so they probably have a lot of unemployment. They're trying to get anything to keep people around,
Yeah. I just found that interesting. Black Friday, we always cover it when that time of the year comes around.
You're already ahead.
Well, no, I just saw the thing that said they were going to be closed on Thanksgiving, and they did it under pressure from, I guess, like, so somebody that works at they gave credit to a general manager in Texas who sent apparently an email to corporate and said, this year's so fucked up and so weird, man. Why don't we just close on Thanksgiving? And then the corporate was like, that's a good point. And then,
Rokeya said it's going to be white conservative moms showing up in fishnet lingerie masks.
Probably, yeah. Well,
those crochet masks are popular right now.
Oh my god, I hate them. Conservative people are really. There were a few years there, right? Like during Obama, where we were making fun of the teacots, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like all we did, and it got so fucking boring. Because they were kind of ineffective and we weren't like it was hard to get super angry at them for some reason at that time because they just felt like they were nobody. And I feel like we've come full circle back around where like I just hate them and I just want to be mean to them. You know what I mean? Like I spend a lot of time thinking about how badly I want to be mean to conservatives.
I don't think it doesn't do anything. It's like
right, I understand.
They do the same thing. They spend their whole day just thinking about how badly they want to be mean to us, and it just nothing comes of it in the end.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But I get frustrated too. I definitely hit those points where you see what they're up to. My wife gets the same way. She just like boils over, and it's like these fucking people,
Yeah, they are. I mean, my wife is sending me that. So there's this woman that we knew growing up, hung out with us. Like Brett, you've met her too. She's hung around with us, and she, didn't seem overly. I don't know. Like you would have never thought that she would end up being conservative, and now all of a sudden. She's like not only conservative, but like way out there now. And it's really fucking weird to just look at somebody that maybe you thought you knew who is sharing Charlie Kirk tweets and stuff like that. And just like, so my wife sends them to me all the time. And I think, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is the worst, dude. This is, and I'm looking at some memes now like there's a New York Post headline. It says Nancy Pelosi calls coronavirus the Trump virus after White House briefing, and it's a tweet that says this is a Chinese talking point. Democrats are choosing their side, and she's calling Nancy Pelosi a traitor, and it's just I don't know, man. I can't believe I'm watching people's brain go conservative. Like, 40-year-old people who are going to. She's a white woman who lives in the suburbs.
Works in Amazon.
That did work at Amazon. Quit because she was angry about the way that they handled coronavirus. I'm thinking about that. And I think it's that she's angry about the way that they handled coronavirus because they did anything at all about it. Because she also doesn't she's like a COVID truther.
Oh, wow.
Like she doesn't like really believe that it's that big of a deal.
Got it.
You know, she's not going to wear a mask. She's going to go out to eat and stuff like that. So like, I think she might have quit for the wrong reason. You know, it wasn't like they're exploiting workers and stuff. It was like they're fucking overreacting about coronavirus.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my God. But it's just one of those. I just little fascinated by it. Maybe I'll read some memes later. But Brett, let's get some news stories in there.
Well, these are not news stories. These
I
are...
mean, fucking, you know what I'm talking about.
Rokeya sent she was apparently there's an artist that was selling $950 Corona masks that are made out of panties.
Really?
Yes.
How much?
$950.
Who is selling those?
Panty respirators.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? I hope they buy them and then lose their job immediately the day after that.
Oh wow, she's doing it from a lib perspective too. So
what?
Yeah, that's
libs are just. I'll look it up while you do this story.
Okay. So this comes from Ron, Mega Ron TV on Twitter. Hi, my name is Ron, and I work as a cook in an assisted living facility in New York State, but not in New York City. I listen to your show as a podcast while I prepare food for the residents. At the beginning of the COVID outbreak, my employer increased the pay of myself and my coworkers by $2 an hour. It is worth noting that unlike New York City, where the minimum wage is $15 an hour, the minimum wage in the majority of New York is $11.80 an hour. Needless to say, with my fiance's retail job closed to the virus, the extra money, or as they called it, hero pay, was very much appreciated. 2 weeks ago, the hero pay was mysteriously absent from my paycheck, as well as the paychecks for all my coworkers. Apparently, they had ended the program despite still requiring us to wear masks and take COVID tests at least once weekly. So, nothing changed, right? They're still treating it like the virus is there, but then they're like, we can't pay you. We're not paying you extra anymore.
I think something that's also interesting about these things is like the businesses are now starting to learn that you just don't announce it and the paycheck's just lower that week.
That's enough to get people to storm into an office, though.
I know, but I think they're doing it that way because, like, first of all, we're not really getting, I mean, you know, obviously Jason might, but I hadn't been getting, well, no, actually that's not true. They would stack a bunch of pay stubs in my mailbox at the cable company because I didn't care. It was getting deposited, direct deposited, and I just wasn't picking them up. And they were like, they would just stack like, you know, 10 of them after it's been a while. So it just is like people are getting direct deposit, so they're probably home when they get paid. And you know, they're just like, oh, they took away my hero pay. Guess I'm not a hero anymore.
Someone must have gotten angry enough because last week they posted a notice saying we would get 2 more weeks of hero pay before they officially ended the program. They attached a copy of the notice. It says, to our amazing teams, there will be a total of 2 weeks to be paid with hero pay, the current week and 1 more pay period before it will end. Management wants to thank you again for all your hard word dedication.
Hard word dedication. I don't like hard words, though, you know.
And teamwork that you have shown over the last several weeks. Jackasses. So then here we go. They dig the knife in deeper. On top of taking away the bonus pay, they're going to start charging employees, most of whom are working for minimum wage, for meals again. Now you got to buy your meals.
Oh, okay.
They're making it's senior care facility, so they're making steam table.
They make the food,
tons of food,
right?
And they're like, no, you can't get very much. It is noteworthy that the rent for a single unit in this place can range from $7,000 to $12,000 a month. That's I guess for the facility. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know, but
on top of all that. My boss has been calling the whole COVID outbreak a scam.
Oh, cool. A scamdemic?
Yes. We've had between 5 to 10 people test positive during the outbreak, mostly residents. He regularly walks around the kitchen without a mask on. I would go to HR, but allegedly he is very close to the person doing that job.
Oh, that is a sticky sitch right there. I've had that happen before.
Where you go tell someone in HR and then they're like, hey, someone told on you.
I mean, I think I've told the story on here before, but I did like think that a boss was like being unfair to me. And I went to HR to tell them. And then the next morning I came to work and they were like, Brian, Patty needs you in the HR office. And when I got there, he was sitting there and I was sitting there with him. And I was just like, thanks, Patty. That was helpful.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So,
Out to lunch. It has like the clip art. Boom. So it's a note. It's a picture of a nail with hanging a sign that says "Out to lunch," and then it says, "Beginning on Monday, June 22nd, we will buy our lunches." Oh, will we? $3 per lunch. You can buy a lunch ticket at the front desk, or you can purchase a lunch card for $25. Contact front desk. Great.
So they were giving free lunch
Yes. Previously.
always.
No,
Or just during coronavirus.
Sounded it didn't sound like it was related to coronavirus. It sounds like at one point they were paying, then they went to free before Corona. Now they're bringing it back.
I mean, you know, the thing is like where you're like, they might be hurting for money, but not for that money.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, when you talk, like, let's be fucking straight up honest here. There is not a meal that costs $3 to make, probably, at this place. Okay? Like, I'm just going to say, yes, it probably costs money to get everything together, but the meal's probably, my guess is that the plate is not $3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They probably have to budget it at $2.80.
Yeah.
They're probably making money off it.
Also, I just think it's so shitty if you work at a place that has food at all to make people pay to eat. I mean, and I'm even saying that for a grocery store. You should be able to go grab 3-4 things for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Right out of there. I don't see why not. It's not going to fucking hurt them. You know? It's like the idea that you would be at a place with a bunch of food, working all day, and then be like, and then they're like, nah, sorry, we can't spare any of this food.
You can't get any of that.
Yeah, we're not out of food.
You make it for them. You don't make it for you.
Yeah. Chuck E. Cheese was like that. It was a 50% discount. And I remember at the time being really mad because it was only a 50% discount. Because I had worked, my only other job before Chuck E. Cheese was McDonald's, and they do give you free food. And they also encourage you to take full advantage of it, because I know a lot of times for lunch at McDonald's, I would eat a pizza. So the Mickey D's pizza, a double quarter pounder with cheese, and then I would sit them on the tray, right, that they have on the dine-in, and then I would fill the rest of it with French fries. Like, just the whole fucking thing. And they would be like, you're going to eat all those fries? And it's like, yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I could eat unlimited McDonald's French fries.
I might get another tray.
But yeah, it was really like, but they gave you free food. Like, that was the big thing there. It was like, you know, we don't pay you shit. You work shitty hours. Your schedule is totally flexible, you know, where like they can just move you around wherever they want. Every day when you're off, they call you and ask you if you can come in, and like, but we'll give you some free food. And that is actually why I've had 2 McDonald's cheeseburgers since 1995.
That's
Like,
it?
I haven't eaten like McDonald's, like, I've eaten their breakfast, but all I've had for the lunch and dinner menu is French fries since 1995.
Really? You burned yourself out?
Oh, dude, you have no idea the amount. I mean, imagine being 16 and having unlimited access to McDonald's, especially when your parents were super stingy with McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know, my parents were not. My parents were like, once a week, we might go get you. Once a week, you either get pizza or fast food. And most of the 99% of the time was pizza.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, you get McDonald's like every few weeks,
Yeah.
know? And it was just like, oh, I love this shit.
My teenage job was Fazoli's, which was great because I would bring like a whole pasta,
Their pizza's good.
whole table of pasta. Like I would put a sub in the oven and get like a sampler platter. I would just bring home dinner for my family, basically.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
Yeah.
I
used
would
to be
give
like-
my friends. Like, I would give my friends a lot of McDonald's and Chuck E. Cheese. But Fazoli's got good pizza, man. I remember getting their pizza all the time and being like, that ain't bad pizza.
The pizza's good. I love it still.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time.
They got that garlic. They got that butter that they put on everything.
It's so weird that you work there because it's such like it's such like a off place.
It was the only
You know?
one that hired 15-year-olds besides Kroger.
Okay.
None of the fast food places were hiring 15-year-olds at the time.
That's why they hired 15-year-olds because
Yeah.
they could go anywhere else.
Right.
It is weird though when you think about those jobs that hire 15-year-olds. Like why? Why? Like what? Like I would love to know the reason why they hire 15-year-olds. Not that like look, if a 15-year-old wants to work, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like what is the like difference?
Because that's one of the people that will like get up and like be excited for $6 an hour, you know, like
16 will too.
yeah, that's true.
You know?
15's the only league. I guess that's when you're legally allowed to.
Yeah.
is really the difference,
They don't have car. They can't drive.
right?
They're like
Yeah.
they're a net negative really
Oh, yeah.
in hiring. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just interesting. It's like why does Fazoli's hire? Why did Kroger and Fazoli's hire 15-year-olds? And they, because you're handsome or whatever, you were a cute kid or whatever like that, they hired you. I couldn't get a job at 15. Nobody was hiring me at 15.
Really.
Oh God, I tried everywhere that hired 15-year-olds, and they were like, "Oh no, we'll pass, thank you."
Sonic hires young too, apparently.
Sonic does,
Yeah.
but yeah, I gotta find out why, because it's like also you need. Well, no, you don't. You still need that when you're 16. The work permit. You gotta get a worker's permit, which means you have to go to like the doctor and get a physical before you can get a job. Is that everywhere?
To get a job?
Is the worker's permit everywhere? Is that just Ohio?
I don't know. It probably is I can't. They probably have different situations in other
Yeah.
places.
You remember getting that?
I did. Yeah. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, I hated it. They gave you a paper at school. You go pick up the paper at school, and then you go to the doctor, and they like give you the most piss poor physical. It's like a just a formality, and then you have the worker's permit, and you can actually start working. But you don't have to get that once you're 18. Like if you start working at 18, you don't need a permit.
Okay. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah. All right. What's the next story?
This one is kind of an update on somebody that we did before. This comes from Adobo Time. Here's some info on the same batship coffee tyrant you talked about a few months ago.
Oh, what's the company? Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Wes Hayden of Roasters Coffee.
Yep.
The entire thread is incredible and still being updated, but I especially enjoyed the screenshot and where he says God confirmed to him that Black Lives Matter shirts are bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This Roasters Coffee. Oof. There's some stuff in there.
So I'll share this online somewhere, but Yuridia Mendoza with the underscore in the middle, they were sharing, this is like from a month ago, but they're sharing screenshots and internal stuff. Here's what they say. I can no longer wear any political, religious, or any shirts that can be considered biased. So basically they're getting rid of any personality the employees have. Here's the dress code update. It says, the following update to the Roasters Coffee dress code is effective immediately. Sign below is verification of reading and acknowledging the update. And it just says, no clothing worn. This is another, it has a misspelling. Ready? No clothing worn. Many include graphics displaying any political, religious, or personal biases. Whatever that.
Okay.
Then here's the text. They said, does this include Black Lives Matter shirts? And the owner says, this includes all political, religious, or personal biases. And Oh man.
Are you like allowed to wear band shirts because that shows a bias towards a certain type of music?
Well, don't worry. Here's an explanation.
Okay.
I am a libertarian. I don't cave to either the right or the left.
Oh,
and if
no.
any monetary value is a byproduct of serving people, the more you serve, the better. We are here to serve people only. In 2012, I was on fentanyl. Remember? Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you know.
No, I didn't.
All right.
Will you let people wear Pride clothing? We will let people wear only Roasters branded clothing. New dress code. And then someone replies, so you're changing the entire uniform so that they don't wear Black Lives Matter? He says, no, I was talking with God and him and Jesus gave me confirmation on it. Maybe you could ask him into your heart. That's the owner of the company.
God damn.
And so then they kind of got in trouble for doing this, and they shared a picture on the wall of Roasters Coffee spelled out in American Sign Language with like a bunch of different, skin tones on the hands, and says they stand with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Oh.
Yeah, and they have a responsibility to stand with black employees, guests, and community. So weird.
Okay, so on Monday, this is a news story from June 29th. On Monday afternoon, a Roasters employee showed KAPP KVEW screenshots of a company-wide group text message that was reportedly written by Hayden. Right, Wes Hayden is the guy?
Yes.
All of you have been amazing supporters of Roasters Coffee, desire to serve and love all. Unfortunately, I have no other option but to resign immediately.
Oh.
I will be handing over all authority to the long-term employees that have helped build this company since we began. I love you all, and I know that these kinds of experiences will be challenging, but will bring out the best in everyone. So he quit. The guy is gone.
Wow.
Yeah, building this company was a labor of love. It was never about the money or the success. I thought...
Well, that's why you do it. I mean...
yeah.
You don't work all, like, if you can't pay your bills and the rent, like, what are you just doing? Hanging out at a coffee shop, working all day long? And
I mean, if you love making coffee, if it's like, you're allowed to do that at home.
Right.
Too. You can do all that stuff at your house, actually.
Yeah.
And that's nice, you
Right.
know? So,
leave it the money making to the people, I guess, that want to make money from it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, so weird, dude. What a weird guy, man.
Yeah, for sure. I've got a couple more to go here. You ready?
Yep.
Oh no, do I have it in here? Oh yes, here it is. This one's just a quick email. Hey guys, the brewery I worked at stopped giving hazard pay. This seems to be the new
that's
trend.
what they do.
I wanted to include part of an internal email detailing why.
Okay. At least they're given a reason.
Let me see here.
Exciting.
Okay, got it. All right, you ready? All right. Beginning with our July paychecks, we will push pause on hazard pay. All right.
Okay, you're ending it.
Is that a button in the back?
Yeah.
Can the employees like sneak in and push the button?
We
Push
will
the play button?
Push pause. I mean, they just don't want to say we're getting rid of hazard pay.
Yeah. Well, they probably have it in like the time clock, the like employee timesheet program. They can probably attach it to somebody to give them extra money, and they're like, we're going to get rid of that.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Of the factors we used to calculate hazard pay, we looked at new daily case count, which is on the decline, as well as the level of risk associated in coming to work. As there is more freedom for us to be out in the world and our level of precautions and sanitation has increased at the brewery, it is presumed that there is now less risk in coming to work in a controlled environment than operating out in the world and interacting with others as you so choose. Each of us needs to do our part to be safe and smart as we continue to do more and see more people.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was
There's a part of that really hit me.
I know.
Where it was like, hey, you're fucking safer being at work than, having all this free time to just do whatever you want.
Yeah, you dirty birds are running around talking to each other on patios. Come to work. We make you wear a face shield. Seems a lot safer.
Because that's what they're saying. They're like, oh,
I seen you at the fucking bar.
Yeah. Even if they did, I mean... That's so fucking funny, man. What a presumptuous email. That's a good email.
Yeah. This last one, I think, is you're really going to love this one.
Oh, good.
This is a little bit different. This comes from Drake on the Patreon. Sent it in. Oh, no. Shit balls.
Oh, shit balls.
You have to give me 1 minute. Oh,
I got all the minutes
maybe
you'll
I
ever
haven't.
need, man.
Shoot.
You know,
Shoot.
I'm on the clock. I'll soak up this money.
I can't sign. I have to sign into LinkedIn, apparently.
You're going to sign into... Do you have a LinkedIn still?
I thought I did.
Oh, you're never going to remember that password, dude.
Oh, fudge, Minaj. Hold on.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm holding.
All right, I don't think I got this.
Okay.
I might have to wait. Oh, I got it. I got it. I think I got it.
Okay.
Quick security check. They want me to click a button that says I'm not a robot.
Okay. Are you a robot?
Sure ain't.
Okay.
It's asking again, am I a robot? I'm not a robot.
Oh, no. You're getting captured. They captured you. Like, it's kind of like saying capture.
Oh, I found it. I'm in.
Like capture.
I hacked into the mainframe.
It might not even be CAPTCHA, and people are going to tell me I'm saying that wrong.
It's CAPTCHA, I think.
Okay.
All right, this is a post on LinkedIn from Tommy R. His title is Private and Discreet Canine Narcotic Detection for Your Home and Business.
What?
Did you hear that? Private and discreet canine narcotic detection for your home and business.
What? For, like, parents?
Yeah. Yeah. If you suspect illegal drug use may be impacting your child or other members of your family, it's never too soon. Never too soon to call discreet intervention. Our confidential canine service will help you know for sure what you need to do next. Confidential, meaning a giant German Shepherd is going to come and root under the mattress and flip the whole fucking house over.
Right, yeah. I mean, I guess you could call them while your kid's at school and have them search the house, but wow, where does your relationship have to be with your kid that you're calling the canine unit into your house to have them search?
Right, yeah. Seems a little over the top. Fuck. But you know what?
How much is it?
Tommy R. says it's never too late to intervene. Call today for more information and set up your confidential appointment.
Everything's confidential.
Due to the nature of our job, our services are discreet, unpublicized, and in concordance with work ethics required within a national security environment. Discreet intervention is a unique business utilizing drug dogs to seek out narcotics in private homes, businesses, schools, and drug treatment facilities.
Dude, I got an idea. Let's hire these guys to go find us drugs.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, we're just looking for drugs.
Really. Yeah, we should go to somebody's house. Yeah, you're right. We wait till our kids are at school and then steal their drugs from them. Like, I'm so upset to see this officer, fake officer.
Go to a business with the dog and, like, have them sniff around, and when they find people, be like, hey, split that with me. You know? Can I buy some of that?
Yeah.
Can I get some of that Coke?
Can I cut some of that off?
Yeah.
Just break me off a little bit.
You know, I know you got drugs on you. Can I get some?
Yeah.
You know?
Our
fucking smart move.
Our dogs are trained in the detection of marijuana, cocaine, and crack cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, and MDMA. Our service can be used to promote a drug-free environment without the pressure of using traditional law enforcement. This is chill, man.
That is actually...
It ain't the cops, man.
That is a half good point, I guess.
You're right, because if the cops find your kid's drugs, they have to take him to fucking jail.
Yeah. But this guy's copish, though, you know?
Oh, he's a cop.
This dude is a cop that knows cops. He's probably using the drug dogs from the police station on his off time.
Right. He knows how to get drug dogs for cheap or something, or retired ones.
God, what kind of a person hires this person?
Local parents who are worried that their child is using drugs are turning more and more to trained canines to search their home for everything from heroin to pot.
They're not doing that, though. Local parents are not doing that.
Bring in the dogs.
I mean, I really couldn't do it because I have so many drugs in the house.
Yeah, I was like, no, those aren't.
Just find my shit.
That's why it's good that it's discreet.
Can you help me find my stuff?
Can you... Hey, I lost all these drugs in this move. there was this vial that I had, a vial of MDMA that got lost in a move. Your dog can just find it in this pile of clothes.
Yeah. I mean, that's another good reason. Maybe we should hire this guy for the TV show to see if we can hide drugs. Good enough.
Okay.
Like, we'll fucking hide the drugs in the car and be like, find him, motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll have a baseline level of knowledge
On how to beat the cops.
if the cops can find the dog. That seems like a move to
That's
me.
useful.
Yeah.
He should offer training for drug users. Like, learn how to beat the dogs. Beat the dog's nose.
I mean, that's what a real good person would have done.
That's playing both sides.
You know? Well, no, you just don't play the other side. You just play the help drug users.
You just help the drug users.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
They'll
trying to
pay
help.
more.
Yeah. Man, if you could teach somebody how to hide drugs from a dog, that would be... Because dogs are scary, dude. Like, I had a... what was I got pulled over once and they threatened to bring the dogs, and that was the most fear I've ever had in a car, because they were like, we're going to bring the canines in here, and they pulled the car across the street to scare us too, and we were fucking nervous, man. But then they didn't end up using the dogs for some reason. They just let them go, and then we got away with it. But there was weed in the car, and they fucking threatened with the dogs, and we were fucking shitting ourselves, dude. That was scary. And they used to do that at schools too. I know that they bring dogs in and have them sniff around the lockers.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
I've met people that have. I mean, I'm fairly certain when I was there, I knew people that got in trouble in that way. Like, that the dogs they just happened to be there that day when they were doing shit, hiding shit in the locker.
Yeah.
So it does happen. Really could use this guy though.
Yeah,
There's
for
so
better
many things we could do with this guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Meet the artist who's selling $950 COVID-19 mask made from her panties.
Wow.
It's her used panties.
So, okay.
That's why they're $950.
That's still a high price.
But the people that are buying them,
Sure.
like, they're buying them because they're, perverts. So
Okay.
they're willing to pay $950.
Okay.
Rokea told us about it. Artist Hannah Bates is selling her used panties, which she redesigned as COVID-19 masks, for $950. She calls them panty respirators. Of course, these masks don't stop the coronavirus, but they do make a political statement.
Okay.
I don't...
What is the statement here? Like,
wearing a mask, I guess.
for who? Who's this intended for, I guess? I have a lot of questions so far. The statement's lost on me so far.
Bates, who's 29 and based in New York City, is using her panty face mask to draw attention to the fact that some governors have made it harder to get abortions in their states during the coronavirus pandemic.
Okay.
That $950 price is a reference to the cost of an abortion.
Okay.
In
now
this
we're
interview,
close.
Bates shares the origin story of her panty masks and how she's sold, and how many she sold, and why she is prevented from selling panty respirators on both Etsy and Depop. So,
yeah, you can't sell that kind of stuff. So is she donating the money though?
it doesn't seem like she's saying that.
She's just making I guess
It's a
that's
statement, though. That is
the
like
price is a statement.
The price is just.
But she's not going to use it to pay. She didn't cut up her underwear to raise money for abortions. She just to make money from pointing out how much abortions are.
Yeah, I'm looking. It says you're not allowed. Oh, wait. Here it is.
She got written up in Forbes.
The
too,
masks
which is
themselves
right.
cost virtually nothing to make because they are my used panties.
Sure.
I'm paying myself for my time spent making them because I have a right to monetize off of my labor and body.
Okay.
The proceeds are donated to abortion clinics that serve communities in Texas, Alabama, Iowa, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Ohio, as well as Planned Parenthood. To donate to independent clinics that serve communities in danger, go to the National Fund. Okay, so
All
she's
right.
giving some of the money.
She passed the test.
And I guess she's selling them to like Wall Street guys. So that's fine.
That's a great way to get money.
Yeah,
That's a great
it's
source to
fine.
take money from.
All right. So let me see what we got here, because I do have a few things. I think first, have you seen the cognitive test? Trump bragging about his cognitive test.
Still? Wasn't that a while ago?
Yeah, I have audio of him doing it today, actually. Let's take a look let's take a look at the test, because I think that's the important thing for me and you first before we hear him talk about his test.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm trying to get a picture of this fucking test. Why do they put? Oh, I hate the internet, Brett. But so what this test is a test to establish that they have a baseline level of knowing things, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just to, like, you can say what your address is, or you can, like, you can hear when they snap near your head.
so basically what they have you do is they have a connect the dots, okay, with numbers and letters, and you have to connect those dots, okay? That's one.
Connect
That's
the
one
dots.
question is connect the dots. Number 2, draw a cube. Like the, like the ones you used to draw in school.
Yeah.
Those cubes. And then it says draw a clock. It says draw a clock 10 past 11. So you have to draw that it's 10 past 11. Okay?
Okay, this is probably similar to, like, standardized testing that my daughter has to do in 3rd grade.
Yes, so you also have to name these 3 animals, which is a lion, a rhinoceros, and a camel.
Okay.
And it's actual, like, pictures drawn of them. Not abstract pictures, like pretty realistic, accurate pictures.
Yeah, you know what they are.
Okay? And then they have you read a list of words, and the subject must and then you have to repeat them. They make you read 1, 2, 3, 5 words, and then you repeat them. And then 5 minutes later, you repeat them again. Like, that's the whole thing. It's just repeat words. Repeat.
Remember
Face, velvet, church, daisy, red. They gave him those words, and then he repeated those words.
Okay, well, mighty impressive, I'd say.
They want him to read a list of digits, and you have to repeat them in forward order. So it's like 21854, and then you have to repeat these digits in backward order 742.
Say 742 backwards?
Yeah, 247. So these are tests me and you could easily.
I think I'm feeling pretty cognitive right now.
Yeah. Read the list of letters. The subject must tap with his hand at each letter A. And it's just a list of letters with A's in there. So basically it's a person saying letters, and when they say A, they go like this. A. Oh, God. And number 7 is subtraction starting at 100. So it was 93 or 100 minus 93.
Okay.
100 minus 86, 79. And they even assign different scores to the, because, 79, maybe that's hard.
Sure, it can be challenged. You can flub it out. You can definitely get nervous.
For language, it says repeat. I only know that John is the one to help today. And the cat has always hid under the couch when dogs were in the room. So they have to repeat those. And that's it. And then for fluency, name the maximum amount and the maximum number of words in 1 minute that begin with F. Just
go for it.
A minute.
Pop off.
He said fuck too. He said fuck.
Yeah.
I would fuck that one up though, because I get nervous too.
Yeah.
You'd
be like phone.
Abstraction is the similarity between so for train and bicycle, you have to say the similarity between train and bicycle and watch and ruler. So, like, that's not too bad. You just got to know what a train and a bicycle are and what a watch and a ruler are.
Okay.
You can usually navigate that. And then delayed recall is when they do the date. Or they do the numbers, the words back.
Yeah, you never know. I don't know.
And then for the last thing, he has to give the date, the month, the year, the day, the place, and the city.
Yeah.
So that is the thing. And I have this audio that I got from Bad Takes on Twitter, and I want to play him talking about his test. And here we go.
So they were saying all these different things. It was going all over. Whichever stuck. None of it stuck, fortunately. But one of the reasons it didn't is that I took a test. I said to the doctor, it was Dr. Ronnie Jackson, I said, is there some kind of a test? An Acuity Test. And he said there actually is, and he named it, whatever it might be.
Okay.
And it was 30 or 35 questions. The first questions are very easy. The last questions are much more difficult.
Last questions were the date, the time, the place.
Yeah.
Like a memory question. It's like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV. So they say, could you repeat that? So I said, yeah. So it's person, woman, man, camera, TV. Okay, that's very good. If you get it in order, you get extra points. If you, okay, now he's asking you other questions. Other questions.
Fucking he's something. He's an alien.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm really impressed, man. That's crazy.
Cool, dude.
Oh,
That's crazy
shit.
what you just did.
Wow.
And then 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes later, they say, remember the first question? Not the first, but the 10th question? Give us that again. Can you do that again? And you go person, woman, man, camera, TV. If you get it in order, you get extra points.
Okay.
They said nobody
points.
gets it in order. It's actually not that easy, but for me it was easy.
It can be challenging.
For me, it was easy.
Yeah, I don't know. Being
And
on the spot.
That's not an easy.
I mean, I guess being on the spot is probably something, but if I was
But
taking
also-
a test like this,
You
I
would-
would be working hard.
That's also
at that
true.
moment.
Yeah, you
Like-
would. You're right. When they said it, you would just like, oh, I have to remember these. You would just do it.
Right, I would be dialed in on, like, that's where you spend your time dialed in, you know?
Question. In other words, they ask it to you, they give you 5 names and you have to repeat them.
Oh.
And that's okay. If you repeat them out of order, it's okay, but you know.
He did it out
it's
of
not as
order,
good.
by the way.
But then when you go back about 20, 25 minutes later and they say, go back to that question. They don't tell you this. Go back to that question and repeat them. Can you do it? And you go, person, woman,
Oh my
Man.
god.
camera, TV. They say, that's amazing. How did you do that? I do it because I have like a good memory, because I'm cognitively there.
That was it.
Okay. So he can remember 5 words. He's the guy to call on. What we need of a president is someone that can remember 5 words over the course of 20 minutes.
He is. I mean, this was a Fox News interview, by the way.
Oh, it was?
So, like, he's on Fox News saying this. So you think about it, and the people that are watching Fox News, right? They are fucking like, oh, this guy, you know? He fucking got the words.
Yeah.
He got those 5
He's
words.
ready for this.
He's
Can't wait to see him in the debates. He's like, you never know when they get to debates. They might, question 2 might be camera, man, person, TV. And then they'll ask him later.
What's
What
funny,
if this should just be the debate?
I know that I would watch.
They should
the
just do
debate
it head to head,
if it was-
cognitive.
Yeah, just the easiest questions. for
100
these two
minus
guys.
60.
Yeah. Hey, what does a potato cost? Sorts of things. You know what I mean? Just like some real good questions.
Yeah, I don't know. I think seems a little bit above that test. I think
That's true. It is above that test.
It's
so,
more like I have 8 potatoes in a bin and I use 4 for French fries. How many are left?
yes, and the thing is with these two guys,
Yeah.
it would be a good thing
It would
for
be
us to be
yeah.
able to see that.
I think so. It would be a slobber knocker. Everybody would be on their edge of their seats, just like camera, man, TV.
I've been thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I was. You know, it's funny. Like, it doesn't feel like we're in an election year. Because, like, one of the candidates is just... When's the last thing you heard about Joe Biden? The last thing I heard about Joe Biden was the Charlemagne interview, where he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That's
Right.
the last... I don't remember the fucking last thing.
It's been a while. And what's this story about Kasich speaking for him? Is that happening?
He's going to do the Democratic National Convention. He's
Okay.
going to give a speech on behalf... It's just he's one of the speakers.
Got it. Okay.
You know what I
thought
mean?
they were doing like a subbing him in.
No, I mean, that would be bad.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would, I mean, he'd probably win the election, though.
Kasich?
I mean, if, you know how those people are, the ones that say stuff like, when like, John Kerry was running, they were like, "Oh, if he got John McCain to run with him, he'd carry all 50 states.
Yeah,
he'd
yeah.
win." Like, people love that.
It's true.
There's
They
like-
also dream of the renegade Republican and Democrat unity ticket.
Yeah, they want his vice president to be Condoleezza Rice for sure. There are people out there just praying for that. I mean, possible could happen too. I guess.
Maybe Jill should have ran and we would know what's up. Kind of that Joe is kind of there, but she's the one that can do stuff because he really is. I mean, not making any sort of waves.
Well, he did show up in the news today.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I decided to go in this direction. Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee on Wednesday, called President Trump the country's first racist to be elected to the White House.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The former vice president's blunt assessment came during a virtual town hall organized by the Service Employees International Union after a healthcare worker expressed concern that Trump continues to blame Asians for the coronavirus pandemic, which, by the way, Joe Biden did. Like, early on. Do you remember that?
What?
Joe Biden did a commercial about China and Russia and communism being the cause of the coronavirus.
I don't remember that.
It was right at the beginning of the COVID thing in like March. He did a commercial. Like saying like, you know, Trump and you know, it's like, not that I expect Joe Biden to be woke or anything, because I don't think he is. Biden signaled that he shared the questioner's concern that Trump frequently refers to the pandemic as the China virus, saying the way he deals with people based on the color of their skin, their national origin, where they're from is absolutely sickening. No sitting president has ever done this. Biden
Oh, wow.
said.
He was like, let me clarify.
Never, never, never. No Republican president has done this. No Democrat president has done this.
None of the slave owning ones?
We've had racists, and they've existed. They've tried to get elected president, but he's the first one that has.
He missed the Richard Nixon thing.
He missed a lot of presidents, I think.
He missed most of them.
I mean, Thomas Jefferson was the president, and, like, I know it's like, oh, he's a victim of the times or whatever, but he did own slaves.
Yeah.
Which I feel, personally, and I'm just going to say it, is a racist act.
Yeah.
Like, I think...
Push back. I mean, you're going to get in a lot of trouble for pushing back against Biden on this one.
I'm going to have to say that there were a lot of, like, any president that owned slaves. All the listen to this right here. I'm going to say it out loud. All the slave owners were racists. Every one of them. And maybe I don't understand. Maybe I don't understand history. Maybe I don't understand them as people or anything like that. But I feel that they were racist.
Well, it was legal to be racist back then. It's illegal to be racist nowadays. That's the difference.
Yeah. Isn't that... So, like, you haven't heard from him... And I'm telling you, weeks, dude. Weeks. I mean, you don't pay as much attention. I don't pay that much attention. But I pay more than you, right?
Yeah.
But me and you pay more attention than most people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now it's got me wondering, like, because
they're just literally stepping back.
I know.
They think Trump's going to flame himself out.
Earlier in the week, I was saying this.
It's better that he's not. It's better that Biden's not around. I think the name recognition is doing wonders for him.
Really?
I mean, I've seen all of the signs go up in my neighborhood now, and they're everywhere. I went on a run and saw a bunch of new ones out there, right next to Black Lives Matter signs.
Right. I was actually having this conversation with my wife, who has zero faith in America anymore. Like, it's cratered. It's just cratered over this 4 years. Like,
yeah.
Nothing I've ever seen. Like, she's talking like me and you in 2012. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Fuck this. I'm not voting for Biden. She's not voting for, which is crazy to me, because she was very much like, yeah. I'm voting for whoever runs, and you are too. Like, she's gonna make me do it.
Yeah.
You know? And like, I talked to her yesterday, and I was kind of like, you know, I gotta tell you, I think, and I fell into this trap in 2016 too. I think Biden's going to win. And here's why I think that. I have a perfectly thought out. I've been thinking about this a lot.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Biden. So Trump needs. So, okay. Here's where I'm starting out. Baseline. High turnout for this election.
Sure.
Because people are desperate to get rid of Trump.
There's also going to be a million vote by mail campaigns happening on social media.
Maybe.
There's going to be a lot of people trying to get people to vote early, I think, through the mail.
But they're not into the voting by mail.
I know people don't like it for sure.
I mean, the conservatives are hot under the collar about it.
But I know that, the moms group for our school has posted about it in the Facebook group.
Like absentee ballots is what we're talking about? Or is there like an actual vote by mail?
Oh, voting early by mail. You can mail it in a couple weeks early.
I didn't know this. Okay, so I think there's going to be increased turnout for Biden, which means that Trump would have to get more people than he got last time to win the election, right?
Yeah.
And he ain't getting that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine that he's turned a single voter on over the past, 3 years.
Yeah, it's mostly become a hardcore thing, and I don't think it would be hard to make it go again. Biden seems pretty bulletproof, just like Trump, as far as he can say and do anything he wants, and most people aren't paying attention. The people I know that are locked in for Biden, they don't care what the fuck he does right
There's
now.
nothing he can
It
do.
doesn't matter.
I don't even know what he could do to get people not to vote for him at this point. I mean, obviously, if he was on TV every day, I think that would fucking hinder his chances of winning. But if it's so weird that they've got him locked in a house and they're just like, just don't talk. Okay, that's the move.
I'm hoping. I mean, maybe if he does, it'll keep the radical spirit up, and a lot of people got read a lot of information, and they kind of have to be ignorant about what they know about the police now if they're just going to go back to everything's normal if a Democrat wins. Like the lid is off that pot. Everybody saw those statistics and all those graphics, and people started doing the reading lists, about all the information, and so. I don't know. It's going to be tough for either of them.
Yeah. What do you think? Like how? I mean, that's a good thing to bring up because from 2008 to 2016, it was really hard to rally anything.
No,
there
assholes.
were a few moves. Occupy Wall Street, Ferguson. Like there were
Black Lives Matter kicked off.
Yeah, there were things that were happening and people were showing up in the streets, but it wasn't like a broad. It didn't feel like the same thing that just happened this year.
Yeah.
And
there's the moms in Portland, the dads coming out with leaf blowers, that is some stuff that I never thought could happen,
Right. What are we thinking? Like, if Biden wins, he's not going to stop the feds in Portland and stuff.
He's not going to stop the crippling unemployment and lack of money and the desperation people feel either. He's totally not willing to do any of the socialist stuff that would get people reinvigorated. Americans can be bought back. They could easily be bought back. And he wants to keep pushing the envelope. I think that he represents them no, we're not changing how it's going. We're going to hit a rough patch and you're going to deal with it. I don't think it's happening.
I agree. And the other thing that you really got to think about is so you elect this guy, we know he's not going to win in 2024,
Yeah. There's enough time to mount a different candidate, and I don't see him staying alive that long. I would be surprised if he was alive. I mean, they do live forever though. Never mind. I mean, every one of those people goes home and is hooked up to dialysis to get brand new fucking fluids all night long.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing because also it's I want to game out 2 or 3 things that I've seen this week. There's the first thing is that Trump is floating a trial balloon for saying the election was not legitimate and he won't leave office.
You think so? You're wondering if it goes there?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
And I've seen people saying it. Now, personally, I don't think that's going to happen. And here's why I don't think that. Because they say this for all the presidents. the last presidents that we've had, at least in my mind, because remember they were like Bush. You know, what if Bush doesn't leave office?
Right.
Once he's elected.
Yeah.
And then the conservatives were saying, what if Obama doesn't leave office once he's elected? I think that's just a thing we say now. And I think losing to a guy like Trump is like humiliating enough that he's just going to go away for a while. You know? So that's what I think. I don't think and I also think that if he refused to leave, I mean, that would be a thing.
Panic in the streets.
That would be a real fucking thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's activated people in Portland is the federal agents. Like, people are very pissed about it. Like,
I am.
Folks that you normally don't see putting themselves on the line, you know, and they've escalated. I mean, there's new footage coming out that Navy vet guy that was getting beat with batons. They broke his fucking hand and shit. That's new footage of how high they're escalating this thing. People getting disappeared, you know.
And it just looks scary.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Also, like...
It is scary. I mean, it's
is
terrorizing people.
But, I mean, when you look at it on screen, no matter what, no matter who's showing it, really, if Fox is showing it, it still looks scary.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of want to be like... Because I've seen a lot of conservatives defending it, and that's like... I know that they're not good faith people, but I was sort of taken aback by it, considering, like, maybe I guess they think their guy's going to win, you know?
Yeah.
And then their guys are just going to win over and over and over again,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But that's, like, not how it works.
Yeah.
And the other guy's going to be there.
Eventually.
And they're going to be able to do other stuff, you know? So that's, like, the thing... I've been thinking about.
Yeah,
and like
Joe Biden's not going to stop disappearing people too. I mean,
no. He wouldn't end it. He would be. I mean, like
he would just probably put a nicer face on it.
Yeah, people would be like, "Oh, stop breaking the law." The libs would say, "Stop breaking the law." You know what I mean? So there's that. My next question before we get out of here, I just I have this one more question for you about this. People acting like Joe Biden gets elected and then he turns the keys over to his vice president. That's wrestling brain.
Yeah,
I think
that's fantasy booking.
That's the other thing I'm seeing. I'm like, no, dude, they don't do that. He wants to be the fucking president, dude.
Yeah.
Bad.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Biden wants to be president of the United States. He's been trying since the 80s.
Yeah.
This is his only fucking shot. This is a gold watch presidency, you know? So, I want to do one more thing.
Okay.
Columbus,
Ohio.
Ohio.
Was that a question for me?
I guess. Do you think that he will? Do you think that sounds
No, that's
crazy?
absurd, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I see it a lot.
I mean, I love to imagine those type of things, but everything is so mundane with those people. It's just like a very boring reign of terror with them, you know?
Right. And on the day, like, we just like to, I think, like, we like to picture.
Yes.
On the
some
day,
epic bacon shit.
Some wild ass shit happening where you're like, whoa!
Yeah, the papers say, you know, Joe Biden gets rid of presidency, hands it over to Hillary Clinton. She's the new champ.
Yeah. You just really want to think like something, like it's a chair shot. Basically.
Yeah, it is a chair shot from behind.
Yeah.
It's like when the Shield broke up.
Yeah.
Like, Kamala Harris the president now!
I do like that they're trying to get a really fun thing.
Hey, I would be into it.
I would be too.
Hey, shit. He won. He gets to do what he wants. He won.
If he said, "You're all the president now."
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, like, we get to do like direct democracy sort of thing.
Yeah, I
like,
love
that'd
it.
be something. You
That's
know?
interesting.
I do
like
love
the Time magazine. He just gonna take that Time magazine where we got voted as like person of the year.
Yes.
He'll just put a mirror up.
Yes. You know who the new president is? And then he holds up a mirror.
I'm like, oh, me?
I'm the fucking president. I'm making these weeds legal now.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably what he's gonna do. Really.
Yeah,
in the
and
end.
just to prove that you can't have like 7 million presidents
Yeah.
because it doesn't work. Like that's why we need one president.
Yeah. Okay. I don't like that. The city of Columbus spent $90,000 to take down the statue of Christopher Columbus that stood at City Hall.
Wait, one more time?
The city of Columbus spent $90,000 to take down the statue of Christopher Columbus that stood at City Hall.
They could have let us do it for free.
Fuck. Yeah.
That's a waste. They could have handed out. Wow. Imagine if they just had $100 bills and handed it out to everybody they had a rope and a chain and a fucking truck ready to go with it.
They could have just let us do it.
Yeah.
We was going to do it anyway.
Right.
You know? They had to do it the $90,000 way.
Yeah, they were also, they were racking up extra hours. They wanted it to make us look bad. We didn't ask them to do that. We wanted to take it down. They said they're going to fucking arrest us. They would have researched us and sent us through hell if we would have pulled it down.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. They don't have the costs there. They don't have any of the info for like why it costs that much.
They're so stupid. They put themselves on their heels in the worst way because they could have had us just rip them down and get rid of them. Now they've said that the statues are bad. What are they going to say about the name of the city when we say that's bad too?
That's interesting that you think of that.
You've already admitted that it's wrong.
Yeah, it's like the Washington football team. They're changing the name of that team. Might be the DC Sentinels.
The District Sentinels.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that would suck.
They just turned it into a football podcast, Sam.
That's true.
They watch football. Yeah, I just don't know how this costed $90,000 and who got a bunch of that money.
I mean, it takes an afternoon, right? It probably takes a few hours.
I'm trying to think of so labor costs.
Yeah.
What, we're looking at $10,000 maybe?
How?
For city workers.
How many?
I don't know. I'm counting right now. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the picture.
Okay.
It's a union job too. I think they're
okay. Imagine they all get paid $1,000 a day.
Okay.
$8,000 is ate up. That's like less than 10. That's like less than 10%.
Okay, then let's say labor costs were $20,000.
Okay.
And then you got to rent the crane.
Yeah, the crane probably has a big price tag on it.
Would you say the crane costs $5,000 to rent?
Who knows? It's a city, man.
And why the fuck doesn't the city own a crane?
They should have just a crane ready to go. They should have a big. They don't have a big garage full of tools and stuff that they use?
That's what I'm wondering. Our fucking tax dollars didn't pay for a crane yet?
I feel like we have enough for a crane.
We ain't got a crane.
Can you get a crane for $90,000 probably?
Oh, dude. I'll look up how much a crane is.
How much is a
but you're
used
probably
crane?
right. Maybe they just bought a new crane.
They just bought a crane. There was a reason to get one.
Bought a new crane, and then...
There's a guy on the freeway that sells them. Like, has all the buckets in the air, like, with special July 4th blowouts and stuff. I mean, they can't be too much.
Crane for sale. Oh, yeah, you're right, dude. 25-ton crane. $21,950.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a used crane.
Sure. Gets the job done, I bet.
Yeah, it could do it,
Probably might have a bad transmission, though. You never know.
Well, that's only $2,000 to fix that,
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money to get that job done, in my opinion. If I wanted to get that statue out of here, I mean, I would have said, like, here's $500. Fuck off. Just make it happen.
They should have hired me and you just to bash it with sledgehammers until it was gone.
It's fucking just ropes or chains that you just pull.
Well, they didn't even use chains either. They used, like...
The DSA could have done it. They would have fucking, like, made food for people.
Dude, I'm with you, dude.
Food Not Bombs could have came out, made lunch for everybody, did a serve, and then we could have used DSA manpower to yank that thing down.
I mean, we could have just had a wild-ass fucking party and just destroyed that thing.
A $90,000 Columbus statue removal party?
Like, if they waited until the vaccine or the treatment or whatever, and they were like, check it out, day one, after everybody gets the vaccine,
yeah,
we're going to fucking get rid of this Columbus statue. You guys can just all show up. We'll bash and destroy it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, that was free.
Yeah,
It would be free. You could hire a fucking top of the line band to
Yeah.
play for less than $90,000. You know, you'd have Metallica come out here while we bust up the Columbus statue.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
you could fucking get Pink Floyd to do it for that amount of money. You got Paul McCartney out here for more that money.
I doubt that.
You don't think he comes out for 90 grand?
Hell no.
Damn.
He seems stingy.
Really?
Albert-
Okay. So, okay. Yeah. Cranes are about, the crane I'm looking at the picture looks pretty cheap. So, yeah, not 90 grand.
Okay.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know where that money went. Maybe it went into Larry Householder's pocket. Did you see that guy?
Yeah, what happened?
He's the Speaker of the House, and he embezzled $60 million fucking dollars. He's the second Ohio Speaker of the House that's been indicted.
It's
In a
easy
row.
to do.
In a row.
They just,
dude.
it's like just keep, they're looking at it, they're like, that's so much money I could fucking embezzle right there.
I mean, I think if I was a politician,
You'd go down for it?
yeah. Do you think you would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try to keep it low, but then it always snowballs.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
like,
go
it's
down
alright.
for it for sure.
They're like, where'd the $250,000 go? And I was like, just weed, really?
You would go for only, yeah, these guys always go for, like, $60 million is a fucking huge amount of money.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, oh yeah.
60 mil is like, dude, come on. Somebody's going to notice $60 million.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a
know?
hard one.
250 grand, they probably would have got away. But you know what probably happened? It wasn't just 60 million in one shot. It was 250 grand over and over.
Yeah.
You know, where you do the thing where you're like, my parents used to have a big change jar, right? It was mostly pennies, but it had a decent amount of quarters and
Yeah.
shit in it, right? And I would just go in there and I would be like, I'm just going to steal some of the quarters.
Just a little bit.
You know, we'll get out of here. And then it would just over and over again until we got to a point where there were like no more quarters left in there. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I'll just take nickels this time. You know?
Yeah, eventually
It's like-
gotta find a new coin jar to raid. There's no money coming in.
yeah.
There's no change coming in at all.
Yeah. So that's, I think, what happens is like you get in the position, you're starting to fucking, you're just like 20 grand, you know? I just want to fucking, look, all I want is a fucking car, a Range Rover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
20 grand is a used one. The
Yeah,
Range Rover costs more than a crane.
That's true. So it's like, but they probably did say, right? Like, oh, I probably,
Yeah. Or like
I'm going to get a Benz.
you go put $100,000 bet. You're like, I'm just going to take the money out. I'm going to double it and I'm going to put it back. And then you lose the 100,000 and you're like, fuck, I have to bet 200,000 to get it back.
I mean, these guys are always flying around the country and shit and going on fucking golf trips and
Yeah, that
like
too.
they just fucking, they can't. I would definitely be weak in that department, especially Speaker of the House for Ohio. Like, do you even fucking, that guy never thought he was going to get in trouble.
No.
Right? He's not a senator. He's not a federal guy, you know?
He walks around and wears his corny suit and acts confident and everybody believes that he deserves to be in power and, you know,
and
he's
he's
just
not like way high up in power.
60 million for himself. That's so greedy, dog.
Yeah,
60 million?
They do that. They do
How
that.
much is your lifestyle?
I mean, he had a big farm. They told him that the judge let him released on his own recognizance, of course. But they said, like, don't get a passport. Don't get on a plane. Restrict your travel to only southern Ohio and get rid of all your guns at your farm.
Okay.
So-
That's all it was? Or
That's what they told him to get rid of, but he's going to have to go to court at some
he's to
point
go
and
to
get
jail.
busted. Well, I don't think he's going to go to jail.
Oh,
I don't
really?
think any of these guys go to jail. I mean, some
probably
of
just
them
have to
do.
give
Jim
it back.
Trafficant went to jail, I guess,
Uh-huh.
who was a man with great hair. But, like, it's so hard for me to imagine a Speaker of the House going to jail. It's
Yeah.
just such a high up job.
It
man,
is.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you have to do illegal stuff. You have to kind of break the rules to do the job. You have to be a fucked up person, and they'll protect you.
Yeah, whatever it was like a nuclear power plant deal. I'll try to find out about it. I know DJ Byrne on The Rooster. is his site. Is hold on, DJ for Ohio on Twitter. He's really covering it. And,
oh, really?
Like he even like he got the first like pictures of householder's wife getting in the car looking depressed because she's. I mean, they take everything, dude.
Yeah.
They fucking take everything.
It's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
She was like loving those vacations out of nowhere and
I mean,
new gazebo in the back.
Yeah, you get to your fucking farmhouse that has all this fucking immaculate shit that you spent all this money on and all this time to get, and you don't get to keep any of it.
Yeah.
They take all of it.
Yeah.
Which is just, fuck it, the Republican, fuck them. You know what I mean? But it is just so, like, when you start, like, that in my mind is like, I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. I hate the police. I hate the federal government. I hate the feds. But I do fucking love it when some piece of fucking garbage just gets everything taken from them.
Yeah.
And has nothing
left. It's wonderful.
Yeah. That's the show.
Yeah, thanks for listening to Street Fight Radio. We had a request in the chat. They want to hear you intro the show.
Today?
Not today, but another in the future.
I do it on the bonus stuff.
Somebody said that.
And I also am doing it on the metal podcast. The
bonus.
100 million tons of steel.
100 million.
100 million tons of steel. I will be doing the intros to that because I run the intros on the bonus and Brett's on that show. I'm not good at it to the people in the chat. Every single show starts out with me going, hey!
Me too.
Mine's long and it sounds pathetic. More pathetic. And I can't ever remember what I'm doing. I don't have any catchphrases. I don't have any like things that I say over and over again. Shocktober I do. This is Shocktober, a deep dive into shock jocks. But I introduce us different every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, no. I will intro shows, but you don't want me introing Street Fight. It would be bad.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Street Fight Radio. You can find us online. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of that great stuff. Street Fight WCRS. We're on Twitch. We're Street Fight Radio. Send us your bad bosses and stories, whatever it may be. 100 pounds of steel. The Street Fight.
100 million tons of steel.
100 million tons of steel. The Street Fight Radio Heavy Metal Podcast. Will drop tomorrow night on patreon.com/Street Fight Radio. We'll see you on Sunday. Peace.